Hello everyone. My hair is just, it's doing a thing. I woke up not that long ago and my hair was just a rat's nest, so I guess I slept pretty good. We're doing another book review. I think it was October where I did so many book reviews. Um, the book reviews that I'm doing this month I read between the end of September and October. What? Quit crying. I have my dog in here. She's crying because we had to leave her house for like a week and then come back. And we were staying with my in-laws and they have dogs. And we don't have any other dogs here. And she's crying because she can't go outside without a leash on here. So you might hear her crying down the hallway. If you also hear me calling her back, it's because we don't like her walking throughout the house without us in there. Because she will just eat anything. We don't have anything toxic to dogs necessarily. She just eats anything and it makes her sick. She has a very weak stomach. Girl. Tina. I'm sorry. Athena. And now you can hear her run. Sit down, baby. Sit down. She's got like a permanent frown on her face. Mom's got to work. Anyways, it's a book review. I feel so bad because she looks like she's about to cry. I'm just like ignoring her. Baby girl, I'm sorry. Baby, in a little bit, I'll walk you, okay? It's just so cold outside. It's cold outside. She doesn't understand it. Here. It's cold outside. It's cold outside. It's cold outside. It's cold. It's cold, mamas. Yeah. Ignore the messy house. We haven't been here in a week. I just thought it was really cute and I thought you guys would enjoy seeing that, so. You gonna let mom work now? This is the book. The Stars Within You, a modern guide to astrology by Juliana McCarthy, illustrated by Alejandro Cardenas. This is not necessarily a witchy book, but astrology is a form of divination, which is in witchcraft, and this is why I got it. Also, I wanted just to learn more about astrology in general because I really only knew like my zodiac, which is Taurus, and then my rising or my moon and my sun, whatever the fuck it is. I'm Taurus, Aries. That's all I am in that order. This, it was tough to get through because there's so much information and it's something that I did not understand at all. So I'm gonna have to read this one more time to really fully understand it, but it's a good book. Like, I started to understand more about the signs and how to read my birth chart a little bit more, but I don't think that by the end of this book I was able to read my birth chart because there is a thing at the end where it's like, here is an exercise to read your birth chart. I can't do that. I still can't do it. But now I know a bit more about each sign, and now I feel like I'm in the loop because everybody and their mom fucking loves astrology these days, so that makes me happy. And let me just, to Alejandro, let me just give him like a fucking, like, look at these pictures. I hope you can see them. I'm sure my camera quality's not doing him any justice. I'm sorry, I'm trying to find like, come on. They're so pretty. Like, this book is just so pretty. So it is a tough read. So if you don't understand astrology in the slightest, it's a lot of information to take in at once, and it is kind of a thick book. It's a thick boy, and it goes through the houses, your ascendants. Let me just flip through. The Venus, Mars, Uranus, the social planets, Jupiter and Saturn, the outer planets, which I just said before this, Neptune, the houses, what they symbolize, the aspects, putting it all together, and then at the end there's a part where she's interpreting somebody else's chart for you, and then there's an exercise where you interpret your own chart, like I guess together with the author. That was really hard for me. But this, oh my goodness, it's such a good read. Because like I said, I do understand more about astrology now than I did. But I don't think I'm going to be like an astrologer anytime soon. So just going into it, there's the introduction. It just talks about why astrology is fundamental, where it came from, what it was used for, the history of it, which I really didn't know that much about. There's the basics, how it's an art, and how it all comes together, and then the signs. So you're just telling you about the signs and their personality traits, how you can learn the signs, and then it just starts with Aries, and it goes through all 12 of them, and it has, like for Leo, it says the performer. It has the dates that you would fall under if you're Leo, the ruling planet, the symbol, the main descriptors, duality, element, quality, keyword, body parts, color, crystals, attributes, interest, drive, and then on the back side of it, it has progression and planet, the symbol, and the method. It goes to like a little bit of information into each one, and it's that way the entire chapter with all 12 of them, and then the sun signs, the sun, so it goes into like what it means, what your sun sign means. And the sun sign is your expression, sanity, and joy. So that one is the Taurus for me. My moon is the Aries. And it just goes through, again, all of the signs and what their signs mean in the sun. Does that make sense? Probably not. And then the third chapter is the moon, and it goes through each sign and what that sign means if it's your moon sign. And then number 4 is the ascendant, so the outermost layer, the first impression, and physical appearance. And I will say that when I read these ones, because I kind of know my birth chart, reading them, I was a little creeped out because of how spot on they were, the descriptions she gave in the book. I was a little shocked and creeped out because it's like it was me to a T. It made me feel very uncomfortable. It was just like not something that I would expect. Like I figured like, oh, some of the information is gonna be right, but it was so right to the point where I felt a little bit attacked. Like it really called me out, and somebody's like, you need to fix this. This is what you do, and it's not good. And it's like, you're right. I didn't know I was gonna be called out in this book. So it's just eerie how spot on it is if you know like your signs and whatnot. And in the ascendant, it goes through all the signs again, their childhood, finding balance, and just like a little bit about them in that ascendant. Sorry, I'm going through the book. And then 5 is the inner planets, so Mercury, Venus, and Mars, how each planet, what each planet it means or symbolizes, or how it is in all those planets. And it's like that with the social planets and all that good stuff, and the outer planets. And just, you see that illustration? It's so pretty. And then the houses, which is where we direct our energies. That one was really interesting and very confusing. So that's part of the reason why I need to go back through this book and read, because I don't know how well I took that one in. But like your first house is self, second house wealth, third house communication, fourth house is home, and it goes through their natural rulers and what each house means, and it was really interesting. And then you've got like the weaving it all together, and you're interpreting somebody else's birth chart, the aspects, all that good stuff. This book, I give it if I understood it, like all of it, and I didn't think it was such a tough read, maybe this is unfair to me, but I would give it a 10 out of 10. But because it was a tough read, I would give it like an 8.5, a 9 out of 10, just because there was a lot of it I couldn't quite wrap my mind around because there was a lot of information, and I couldn't take it all in. But I'm sure once I read it again, it'll be a 10 out of 10 for me. So maybe that seems a little unfair, but just because I can't say that I understand it, there's still some parts in here that I'm just like, huh? I don't understand it at all. That's why I had to give it like an 8.5, a 9. But it's so good. It was very enjoyable. I'm gonna continuously reread this. Like, there's just something about astrology that like pulls me in, but I know nothing about it. But if you're someone who's wanting to learn about astrology, I do recommend this. Just know that it is kind of a tough read at first, and you'll have to read it probably a couple times to understand it. Or if you're just someone who's interested in astrology, but you're someone who likes astrology books, and you don't already have this one, I think it's really good. And I did get mine off of Amazon. I'm sure it's available on other retailers because I know some people don't like supporting Amazon. I just support it because my husband works at Amazon, so. But that's gonna be all for me today, guys. Thank you for letting me show you Athena and her crying self. And I will see you guys very soon. Bye, guys.